Hello there, welcome to this channel. If it's your first time to tune in, I encourage you to subscribe so that we can go together on this journey of getting closer to God every single day. And so today, I just want to encourage on a message that I've entitled Looking at God Through the Lens of the Word. It is very important to look at God through the lens of the Word and not through the situation that you are going through. Because when you look at God through your situation, you may end up having a bad picture about Him, a wrong picture about Him. You may end up judging Him in a wrong way, in a way that He is not. But when you know God through the lens of the Word, no matter what happens, you might never look at God in a bad way. You might never look at Him in a way that He is not, because you know Him through the Word. There's things that we get to go through in life, the happenings, the hardships, and everything. If one does not know God through the Word, they may end up misjudging God, misunderstanding God, looking at Him in a bad way, seeing Him as a bad God, and all those things because they do not know Him through the Word. But when you know God through the Word, when you look at Him through the lens of the Word, you will never look at Him in a bad way because you know Him through the Word. We should study about the nature of God through the Word, getting to know Him through the Word. If you do not know God through the Word, you may end up having a bad picture about Him, a wrong picture about Him. Let's say you are sick in your body, there's a disease in your body, and when you begin to look at God through your sickness, you might think as though He is not the healer. But when you know Him through the Word that He is Jehovah Rapha, no matter what happens, you still look at Him as God the healer, because you have known Him through the Word, and His Word is true. It does not lie. What it says about who God is, it is who God is. Situations can mislead us. Situations can make us turn away from God. But once you know Him through the Word, no matter what happens, nothing will ever move you away from God because you know Him through the Word. There are certain things that people get to go through in life that are so hard and so painful, and it can make it look as though God is not there with you, as though you are alone. But when you know Him through the Word, you remember that in Hebrews 13 verse 5, He says He would never leave you nor forsake you. No matter what happens, you will know that God in His Word say that He will never leave me nor forsake me. But if you do not know Him through the Word and you are going through a hard time, you begin to think as though He has left you, as though He has forsaken you. And that's why it's very, very important to know Him through the lens of the Word. Situations can really, really paint a bad picture about God. They can take you away from God if you do not know Him through the Word. But once you know Him through the Word, once you look at Him through the lens of the Word, no matter what happens, you will never walk away from God. No matter how hard the things you are going through are, you will never walk away from Him. You will continue having faith in Him because you know who God is. If you do not know that God keeps His word, and then the word that was spoken in your life is not coming to pass, you can think as now God does not fulfill His word. But when you know that in Numbers 23 says, God is not man that He should lie, nor the Son of Man that He should change His mind, you will know that no matter what happens, no matter how long this word takes, it will be fulfilled, because God is not man to lie. God is not the Son of Man to change His mind. And so that's why it is very, very important to know God through the Word, to look at Him through the lens of the Word. If you're going through a situation that looks opposite to what God says, be in the Word of God. Choose to stand on the Word of God and not looking at your situation. Choose to believe what the Word of God says and not what your situation is telling you. If you remove your eyes from the word of God and you begin to look at your situation, your faith will go down. Your faith will be affected. You will begin to look at God through the lens of your situation, which is going to mislead you, take you away from God, and affect your faith in Him. But when you are going through a hard time, when you're going through something that is challenging, and you choose to look at God through the lens of the Word, your faith is going to be strong. You will keep on standing in God because you know Him through the lens of the Word and not through your situation. So I encourage you to always look at God through the lens of the Word and not through what you are going through. Once you know Him through the lens of the Word, no matter what happens, you will never walk away from Him, but you always stand strong in Him because you believe His word and you know that His word does not lie, His word does not change. So that is my encouragement to you. Get to know God through His word. Get to look at Him through the lens of the word. Be blessed. See you next time.